Okay. All right. This is AD&D 2nd edition. I'm here with Jarl from, was it Oslo?
Yeah, that's okay. Oslo is fine.
Okay. And we're doing character creation today.
Yep.
Hoping for a human mage, right?
A human mage.
So the requirements for human are no lower than 3 in any stat. And then the requirements for mage are just 9 in intelligence. 9 or higher in intelligence. So today we're using method 5, character creation. So Jarl, if you could please click on Finn's token. And then up at the top of the screen there will be a button that says character creation. If you click on that, it will roll your stats. And if you're not satisfied with your stats, I do allow 1 reroll, but you're stuck with the second set. So
it gives me ability scores which I can put in any order I want.
Yeah. Yep. And as a human, you would have
I think
adjustments.
I think that if I have like an intelligence of 17 or above, I get some bonuses, but I don't need a 17. I could try to roll, but I can get worse.
Yeah,
so,
your minimum is 9, and with a 16 or higher, you get a bonus of 10% to your experience points in Wizard.
Yeah, okay, so if I put like the 16 in intelligence, 16 in charisma, or now I think 16 in intelligence, 15 in charisma, and 16 in wisdom, and then I put 15 in constitution. No constitution. Okay, anyway, I can try to go into the character sheet and see how I can figure it out. Character sheet.
Yeah.
So
a really quick way to open your character sheet from your token is if you click on your token to select it, and then hold the Shift key on the keyboard, and then double-click the token again, and it will open up your character sheet straight from the token.
Okay. So what you said Shift.
Yep. Shift. You click, Shift, double-click.
Yeah, okay, anyway. So character sheet attributes, you say I just have to find the place where I'm going to fill this in. So I'm just going to, okay, so let's see, where are the place where I'm going to fill this in? Is it under character sheet, obviously?
Yeah, character sheet tab, and then you scroll down to the ability scores table, and put in your ability scores as you see fit, and then also put them over on the right in notes so I can see your original stats as well.
Okay, so in the leftmost columns called score, I can say like the strength. He can take 8 in strength. That it doesn't need strength. I can
if you want to,
fill in 16 intelligence. I can say like 16 in wisdom, and like I can say 15 in charisma. That's a pretty awesome charisma. And then I can say 15 in constitution or dexterity. I think I'm not sure. I have filled in charisma, wisdom, and intelligence with the 15s and 16. I have used 8 for strength, and then I have 9 and 15 left. I could set 15 on the constitution to get more health if I'm going to do that, but I'm not sure if I get more health by having a higher. Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I need dexterity to be mage.
It does beef up your armor class a little bit, and also it's harder to surprise you the higher your dexterity is.
Okay, so let's see that I've used 115. Okay, let's say that I have 15 in dexterity and my constitution is critically low at 9. Is that a problem, having a constitution of 9?
Well, fill it in and we'll see what the adjustments do.
Yeah. I'll just... Okay, so you have fill it in. I can do the rest. 15 and then 9. Okay.
Yeah, looks like there's no HP adjustment with a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. All it does is it gives you kind of a low resurrection survival chance, 70%. That's about it. I mean, that's decent. 70%. If you were to die and miss your resurrection survival roll, it would be kind of a bummer, but you know, it's however you want to play your character.
He will die a lot, but anyway, I haven't got to ask this yet. What happens if I die? will I die or?
Okay, so at 0 hit points, you lose consciousness. You go into like a coma almost, and so you bleed. You lose 1 hit point per round until you get to -9. At which point that is your point of no return. Once you get to -10, you are dead.
Okay.
So -10 is dead.
So I suppose that when I'm thrown into this game, I'm thrown into some area with the other players, possibly,
yes.
or yeah. Okay, so technically, it could be possible if they are not too far away to, like, say, save me or something. I have seen several cases where they have to heal each other. So well, maybe I can make it. Yeah, I'll think I'll the dexterity. What does that do? You said surprise me. It's difficult to surprise me if I have a high dexterity. Is that the only thing? Yeah.
So
an attack from the back or something?
No. It's. Do you know what a surprise round is?
No. Oops. So, I haven't.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
So the surprise mechanic in AD&D Second Edition is the dungeon master rolls a 10-sided die for the player characters and a 10-sided die for the monsters, and those 10-sided dice are adjusted up or down depending on how stealthy the monsters are and how stealthy the party is. And then 3 or lower is surprise. Now you adjust the party's die roll for yourself with your your reaction adjustment from dexterity. So if you have a +1 reaction adjustment, it would take a 1 or 2 to surprise you.
Yeah. I'll just leave this be, and
and then there's also your missile attack adjustment. If you were to use a sling, because you are playing a wizard, correct?
A wizard without a specialization.
Yeah. So if you were to use a sling as a weapon, if you had a high dexterity, your missile attack adjustment could make it easier for you to hit your enemies with a sling. Or a weapon that you throw. Like if you were to throw a dagger, it would make it easier for you to hit your enemies.
So plan is keep in range, keep away, and try to survive. That's a good plan.
Yeah. A sling is a good bet for that because the range for slings is so long.
Yeah. I filled in the born date. There's a red button that says height, weight, and age. Should I just click it, or what should I do?
Yeah. Click on your token and
fill in human something. There's a lot of options here. Elf,
human, male.
Male.
Yeah.
Submit.
There you go.
17.
You're 6 feet tall.
6 feet tall. I'm not sure how in meters, but anyway, that's okay. See,
Roughly 2 meters tall.
That's okay. I'm 176. I have 1 meter and 76 in the real life. So well, anyway, okay. So, but where do I fill that in? I'm on character sheet still. I'm not sure. Yeah, there. Okay, I see it. Age 16. Box age 18. That's pretty. 872. Handedness. That's not
left or right.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to say that I'm right-handed. Dwarves, elves, halflings. Okay, so I'm not any of these, so I don't need to click anymore. So the basic things. Okay, so optional traits, usually moody, but frequently shenning type of male. What's shen?
Scheming.
Scheming. Okay, so I see plotting schemes. Okay, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moody. Well, if that's optional traits, I can supposed to be a moody male.
Yeah.
Scheming. Well, I'm not sure if it fits, but anyway. So where do I fill that in? Is it traits? Is it under attributes and abilities, or is it still under?
No, that's that's mainly for NPCs. But if you want to.
Okay. Okay. Social rank, I think is lower middle class or something.
And you could choose to be. Well, your family are basically petty merchants. You know, they're bartenders and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I am from this rank, so I suppose that would be logical.
Lower middle class. They're innkeepers. So.
Yeah. Okay. So just need to. I think that that's on the tab. That's on the bio info. Social rank. Birth rank. Okay. So I can have a birth rank and I can have a social. Birth rank. That's definitely lower middle class, or what do you suppose?
Your birth rank is, I believe, second, because Justin is older than you.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's something else. Okay, so
so Justin is 19, or he was 19 when he died. So he's roughly 3 years older than you. He died back in, I think it was September of this year, not the current world, like real world year, but September of this game's year. And it's currently December, so just a few months ago.
So so I found a social class, and I'm just going to fill in one of these social ranks.
Lower middle class, maybe. Is that appropriate for innkeepers? It's a poor inn. So.
Yeah. Well, we can say that, but I can just say just a string lower middle class and nothing more. Okay. Okay. So and then there's a column that says status, but I'm not sure what that means.
That's whether you're married, single, widowed, divorced, engaged.
He's an introvert wizard, so he's single.
Yeah.
No, anyway, well, not introvert, but he's more interested in books.
Yeah.
Anyway, so okay. So I was social rank, age, weight, age, whatever, born. Yeah. So we've done all this. Is there something more? We have the spell books and spells and everything.
Yep. Okay, spell book. So go ahead and roll 3d4.
Yep. Rolling dice. I have to do this.
Okay, there's a tool on the toolbar that looks like a 20-sided die.
I'm just going to
open that.
Yeah, okay, I see it down. So I'm going to roll.
Everything's kind of intuitive from there. If you find the D4 line, there should be a 3 on there.
Yeah, so I'm going to do D4 and 3. Okay. Yes.
Okay. What do you want to name your spell book?
The first thing I thought of, the Tome of Greatness.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. The Tome of Greatness.
Whoops.
Yep.
Greatness. In players' journals. Jarl. Edited by Jarl. And the first spell is read magic. Second one is detect magic. We'll save those changes. Here is your spell book.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
and then
read magic.
I need to give you a couple abilities because you are now a wizard. I need to give you wizard abilities. Wizard abilities. Enter. Backspace.
Is this book connected to me to his character in some way?
Yeah. It was given to you by Adolf as a gift when you started your apprenticeship.
Yes. What I need to do to open the spell book, because I have it open now, but I'm just wondering if when I don't have it open, it's of course in the menu on the right, but is it connected to the character? Is the spell book in the character description?
If you type Tome of Greatness in your bio and put brackets around it, it'll provide a link to the spellbook.
Yeah, so it's actually a loose. It's just an item in the game which I can link to my character. Okay.
Yeah, it's in your journal tab, and then you can also link it on your character sheet.
Okay, so you say so you say that it's in the journal tab. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to enter it into my description somewhere. Tome of Greatness, save changes. The text got blue. I'm not sure if I did it correct now. But anyway, I think I'm not sure what I did actually. Text became blue or something. I think it's some formatting that's snuck in.
Oh,
just
okay.
going to Yay! Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I just put it in the description. Yes. So abilities.
Alright, so wizard abilities. Boom, boom. So I just need to roll a couple things for you real quick. Learn a spell. Read magic. Specialist.
So I see there's some new buttons.
What's going on here? It's taking a minute. Sure is taking a while. Wow, I'm lagging. There we go. There we go. Okay. And learn a spell. Detect magic. There we go. Alright, so your read magic is 6 pages, and your detect magic is 5 pages. So now you get 4 more spells because you rolled a 6 on your 3d4 roll.
So I get 6 more spells.
4 more. So the first
4
two,
more, yeah.
the first 2 of those 6 are read magic and detect magic. So,
Yeah.
are there any spells that you would like to learn? Would you like me to suggest spells?
Well, I have done a little bit of reading. I know there's some missile. You mentioned it. I think you can just. I know there's some missile spell which is quite popular.
Yeah, magic missile is popular.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm for close-ups, of course, burning hands maybe, but that's not range.
Yeah. Burning hands is pretty useless at level 1. Obviously, you have low health, and it's a very short range spell. Magic missile is extremely useless at level 1 because you only shoot 1 missile at level 1.
Okay.
So the more useful ones at level 1 are color spray, sleep. Sleep is extremely
can
useful.
be nice. If I
So
how much range?
Sleep has a range of let's see, let's roll it. Go ahead and click on your character.
Yes.
And then
okay.
click on special powers at the top. And then in chat, if you click on arcane.
Yep.
And then click on level 1. And then I think sleep is a charm spell, so it should be level 1 and then charm school. And then sleep should be near the bottom of the list because of the should be in alphabetical order.
Well, I see Wizard 1 schools.
Arcane 1.
Detect undead orbs, chromatic necromancy, universal divination.
Oh, sorry, enchantment. Enchantment.
Enchantment. Okay, so I'm just going to click my own enchantment, and I'm going to select sleep, level 1, submit. And do you want to display the full text of this spell? Do I want it? I get a pop-up asking me if I want to display the full text of this spell.
Oh, just say no, and then cast it as though you were level 1. And then, let's see.
Okay, then
spell
okay,
AoEs. Wizard.
Range 8 feet, that's pretty nice.
Wizard 1. So this is the area of effect for the sleep spell. It's pretty large. Pretty large area of effect.
So can I hit multiple?
Yeah,
enemies?
I mean you can see the party right now. If I were to put this underneath the party, that's a lot of people that. Yeah.
It's basically just spraying some sleep poisons out in the air, and it's get into the lungs of everyone in the close vicinity. Yeah, anyway, so something like that, but it's magic. Anyway, yeah.
And then go ahead and cast. Try casting color spray. I think that's also level 1, but it's alteration. Pretty sure it's alteration.
Yes. Alteration and color spray level 1. Submit. Range 0. Yeah.
Okay, so the area of effect is 2 creatures in a 5 by 20 by 20 wedge. So that is let's see, 5 feet at your end. So let's see, miscellaneous tokens.
So it doesn't have a range, but it has an area.
It starts on you, so the range is 0.
Okay. Yeah.
Spell AoEs. Okay, here's a 15-foot cone, so it looks like this, but 1 square larger. So like that. And it starts on you. So you would place it like...
Okay.
Whoops. You place it like that.
Yeah, okay.
Or... like... this. Whoops.
I'm going to read about the spells after we have done this, but can I just ask you a question? This color spray spell, what does it actually do? Does it blind the creatures?
It says from 1 to 6 creatures within the area are affected in order of increasing distance from the wizard, so the closest one's first. All creatures above the level of the spellcaster and all those of 6th level or 6 hit dice more are entitled to a saving throw versus spell. So anything that is lower than your level or level 6, whichever is lower. Yeah. They don't get a saving throw. And then anyone that's above your level or level 6 or lower gets a saving throw.
What is the effect? Are they color spray? I don't know the name of the spell, but what is the actual effect of the spell?
See where it says effects? Creatures not allowed or failing saving throws and whose hit dice or levels are less than or equal to the spellcaster's level are struck unconscious for 3 rounds. Those with hit dice or levels 1 or 2 greater than the wizard's level are blinded for 4 rounds, and those with hit dice or level 3 or more greater than that of the caster are stunned.
Sorry for that. RTFM modus. Read the manual.
Yeah.
Anyway.
RTFM. That's good.
Anyway. So, yeah. No, that's okay. No. So now I have 4 spells. Yeah, and 15 feet. Cool.
Well, it's a 20 foot cone. I stretched the 15 foot cone out.
Okay.
So that's what it looks like. So you'd be able to cast it like that, like this, etc., etc. So it's a pretty good AOE.
Yeah, and I can. I can go through the tutorial on Roll20 to make. I need to find out how I calculate path and make these cones and whatever.
Yeah.
Or do I just tell you when I want to use the color spray spell that I want to use it in what direction and
No, I'll set it down and you maneuver it yourself. But this is Burning Hands. It's very, very small.
Okay.
Ridiculously small, I would say.
Yeah. Okay, so that's okay. Then we have sleep and cold spray.
Yeah, sleep is pretty good AOE. Has a decent range.
Can I feel it in the spellbook myself, or you have to tell me the pages? Because I'm not sure if I understand the pages yet.
Oh, okay. Is sleep something you want to try to learn right now?
Yeah. Of course, we can do that.
Okay.
So then I have to learn it. Okay, cancel. Yeah,
all right. So go ahead and click on your token.
Yes, done it.
And then at the top where it says Wizard Abilities, click that. And then click on Learn a Spell and type Sleep, and then just spam Enter.
Yes, spam. Yes, 1 page.
So that was a failure.
Okay, failure. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. So we'll just have to continue on the next spells.
Yeah.
We can try color spray then.
Yeah.
So I think it's just called color spray. I think.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah. 1 successes. Okay.
Okay.
So
And it's 5 pages. So
yeah. Okay. So you said 6 out of 6 or 5 out of 11. I'm not sure what that means.
So Read Magic is the first spell. It was 6 pages. And up until the end of the writing of Read Magic, you have spent 6 pages. Detect Magic was 5 pages. Up until the end of the writing of Detect Magic, you have spent 11 pages.
Okay, I see. So now I'm just going to say 5, and then it's 11 plus 5 is 16.
Yes.
So 5/16. Save changes. Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so do you have any more suggestions for spells that could be relevant besides sleep?
Yes. Copy is an extremely relevant spell. What it does is it allows you to learn a spell without spending days and days and days copying it into your book. Because normally you have to spend 1 day per page copying a spell down into your book by pen, and it's very tedious, very, very tedious.
So I have to find the spell, then try to copy it, or just
find a spell and try to copy it.
Okay, so is it normal that we find spells out in the world?
Often, yeah, very often.
So I'll just
you'll find spell scrolls, which you can use to copy into your book. You'll find captured enemy spell books, which you have the choice of either copying the entire book without learning the spells, or you can copy individual spells into your spell book while trying to learn them.
Okay, I'm just going to try to. The name is only copy, right? So I'm just going to fill in copy and try to learn it.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. 1 success.
Nice.
Then I'll just fill it in.
And you have 2 more spells. A really, really nice one also to have, especially at low level, is armor. What it does is when you cast it, the spell works permanently on you, and it increases your armor class to armor class 6. And it stacks with magical items. So if you get a ring of protection, it will stack with the armor spell. If you get a cloak of protection, it will stack with the armor spell.
Okay, so a wizard can't use any real armor, so that's definitely important.
Yes. And AC 6 is equal to hide armor. So, like if you were to cut the skin off of a bear and make armor out of it, that's the armor class from it.
So what did you call the spell again? Armor?
It's just, armor. In 5th edition, they call it mage armor. But it lasts until you take a certain amount of hit points of damage. And it's usually it's like 1d8 plus your level or something like that in damage. If you were to roll the spell, it will show you how it works.
Yeah, I'm just going to switch to my character. I'm just tired of seeing my name all the time. Anyway, learn a spell, and we're going to armor, and we're going to spam, and we are crossing our fingers. Luckily.
Yep.
So it's just armor, and so if I'm going to read up on all the spells, these are the exact names that are in the 2nd edition Player's Handbook. Check that.
Well, copy is not in the Player's Handbook. Copy is in the Wizards, the complete Wizards Handbook.
Wizards.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there some information? Okay, I'm just going to fill it in complete. I can this information column. I can just use it for like where I can find it. Yeah. I'm just going to use the
Yes.
information column.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like
So read
four
magic.
pages.
Yeah, 4. So you'd have 4/25. And then
25.
for information, you could put, complete wizard's handbook or whatever. And then, of course, in spell level, you're gonna want to put 1.
Yeah.
For all these.
Beginning to think about that now. So spell number and spell level. Yeah, that's not the same. So 1. Yes. Luckily, he will live long. You never know. Can happen. Can need to create a new character. So I've heard that when you're creating a wizard, you some old school veterans, they just don't give them a name or a backstory before they've reached after level 2 or something, or level 5 or 3.
In this game, everybody writes a backstory before they start playing.
Yeah, but I don't know, but it's probably not that easy to just die, because you said about the 0 health points and the -10.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah. Everyone.
A little bit more difficult to die.
Yeah. Those rules are called. It's called hovering on death's door, and it's in the player's handbook.
Ah, yeah, I read about this death door thing.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where I read it. I think it's
originally from Unearthed Arcana from 1st edition.
Yeah, but I think I'm mixing a lot of things. But maybe it was the play-by-post I got. I heard about it first. Anyway, okay. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells. I failed. You still
have 1 more to go.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't have spell listing in front of me. So if you have any good suggestions.
Well, there's it looks like you don't really have the ability to do any damage with any of these spells. So maybe a damaging spell would do well, especially one that increases as you gain levels. So, like you said, a really popular one is Magic Missile. Also, Burning Hands increases, but it's, like you said, difficult because the range is so slow, or so short.
I tried to learn the spell. What spell was I trying to learn which failed? There was a spell I tried to learn which failed. Which was it?
It was sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep. Okay. So I haven't tried Magic Missile. Okay. Then it's okay. Then I'm just going to hit Magic Missile.
Yep.
It's a bit.
Magic Missile.
Oh, luckily.
There you go. 3 pages.
Yeah. What does that actually means? Like, effectively, if it's 3 or 6 or 7 pages, is there any like?
There's it's a 50-page book.
Okay, of course. So you need a bigger book to. If it gets full, do you need to
buy another book?
Buy another book and copy the spells over?
Well, usually, I mean, if you wanted to have like a library, you could use a spell like a library spell book, which is 100 pages, and they're not as sturdy as a traveling spell book. They easily burn, and they easily, they don't have leather hardback. They don't have buckles on them to keep the pages tightly pressed to keep the water out. It's just a normal tome, and they burn easily.
But as a wizard, can I forget spells, or are they forever burned into my memory?
the spells that you have learned are the only ones that you can memorize, but you have to have the spell book where the spell is written in order to memorize them. So, no, you can't forget spells, but every time you cast them, your short-term memory forgets them.
Yeah, so I just this is far outside of second edition. I just read that sorcerers in 3.5 and forwards. This is a completely different story. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so I have the 6 spells. I don't have a sling or I don't have a weapon yet.
Yeah. All right. So we can do your proficiencies next. So the wizard class has a limited amount of weapons that it can choose. There are very few weapons actually for wizards. They have access to daggers, darts, the staff, I think the sling, and then the knife, I'm pretty sure.
I think the most typical I've just experienced, or I think it's the staff, but I'm not sure if that's it's not a ranged weapon. Of course, you can just like hit them in the head, but that's the only thing you can do. And I think that and I can't wear a staff and the sling at the same time. Like the staff is two-handed when you wield it, I suppose, or it depends on the staff, maybe.
You can hold a staff in your offhand while you're using a sling, because a sling is it only takes one free action to drop a pebble or a bullet into a sling, and then after that it's one-handed. So you could use, warriors could use a shield and still use a sling. But your staff, you can hold a staff in your hand and dig a bullet out of a pouch, and then put the bullet into the sling with your staff hand while it's still in your hand, and then you can shoot your sling that way. But
depends on how much gold I have, because I need to buy the stuff, I suppose.
Yep. So we'll do proficiencies first. So for your class, the wizard, so the mage. Okay, schools of magic. Mage, wizard. Okay, weapons, fine. Weapon. All right. So, a wizard can use a dagger or a staff. Also, darts, knives, and slings. So yeah, just those 5 weapons are usable by wizards.
I think I'll just go for. I think I'll go for a sling. And,
okay. So that's your 1 weapon proficiency slot for level 1. Wizards get another weapon proficiency every 5 levels. So right where it says weapon proficiencies, if you click on add, and then type in sling.
Is that under character sheet?
Yeah, it's under character sheet.
Weapons.
So there's a weapons table. If you go past that, then there's a backstep or a rogue skills table. Just past that.
Yeah. Weapon proficiency, and then just going to type.
Click add, and then put in sling space 1 to show that you've spent 1 slot on sling, and then hit enter. There you go. Okay. So now we move on to non-weapon proficiencies, and you have intelligence 16, which gives you your number of languages. Number is 5, so that means you get 5 extra non-weapon proficiency slots, of which you could spend 5 on languages, and of which you're required to spend 1 on your native language.
Okay, so I remember that you told me about my language. I'm just going to poke around in the chat, or if you can just tell me, of course. Just going to see my language. Okay, I can't find it anyway. I don't know what my language was. Maybe it was in
All right, so normally wizards get 4 slots. So 4 plus 5 from your intelligence is 9 non-weapon proficiency slots.
Yeah.
Not including I guess that is including the one that you're about to spend on the common tongue, right?
Okay, so should I just say common tongue?
You should put modern common space 1.
Modern common space.
And then 1. Hit enter.
Yeah, so I entered it.
Oh no, I meant
I can edit it. Is it under languages? Okay, yeah.
Enter. And then the actual name of the language is the common tongue of.
Yeah.
AKA English. Hey. All right.
Yeah.
So
they don't need a 1 at the end of this.
Enter. So the check is intelligence, and I'll probably never make you roll a check to speak common.
Yeah.
But that's the check for it. Now you have 8 other slots to spend.
Okay.
And you can
I
spend
probably
up to
not know any Org language or anything like that, but maybe I knew Elvish, I'm not sure.
So normally humans can only speak common at level 1, other than DM's discretion, and it just so happens that Gronar is very close to an Elvish civilization called Elestar, and it is possible for citizens of Gronar to learn Elvish because there are actually several families of half-elves that live in Gronar that were rejected.
Yeah, I have got access to books or people that know Elvish, and
mostly from people that know Elvish. You could have picked up Elvish in the bar growing up because half elves come through.
Yep.
So you might even know Shirka Hartz and her family. They're they're a family of tailors in town, and you could have learned Elvish from them.
Okay, so let's say I'm going to learn Elvish. So you are rolling a dice for that?
No, there's no dice. You just put modern Elvish space 1, hit enter.
I saw that you didn't put a 1 at the end of the common tongue of man, is that correct?
Yeah, so down here it would just be Elvish. And then up here it would be modern Elvish 1. Like that.
Okay, so I have no idea what you're doing anyway, but I thought you were saying that I was going to put modern Elvish space 1, and so anyway, yeah, it's okay. Common tongue of man, Elvish, and I have to fill in. Okay, I can choose to learn more languages or things. Is that correct, or?
Yeah, you can learn up to 5 languages if you. Well, I'm sorry. Right now you can't because those are the only two languages that are available to the men of Gronar, basically.
Yeah.
But you still have 7 other slots to spend on proficiencies if you want.
Yeah. So let's say proficiencies. Is there a list of proficiencies?
Let's see here. Proficiencies. Table 34, proficiency slots. Let's see. Proficiencies.
You're sitting there with the physical books. Yeah.
Boom, table 37. Okay, here we go. There it is. Copy link address. So I'm sending you a link address in Discord. And it should take you straight to...
There.
Yeah.
There's some lag here, I'm not sure what it is. I have like this stupidly strong computer. It's like yeah, but even if it's lagging. Anyway, brewing, definitely. Brewing, definitely. Of course, my father teaches me brewing. That's no... Of course I knew brewing. So
that's you have access to the proficiencies in the general category and also in the wizard category down below.
Yeah, just going to note to self brewing. I know that, or want to know that, or whatever. And yeah, well,
that's intelligence 0.
Fire building. No. Fire building. Carpentry. Cooking, brewing. Yeah, well, that's two important things to know in a bar. Let's go down to the wizard and reading, writing. He's a reader, so let's just say that he's proficient reader and writer.
Okay, so reading and writing.
Yeah, and I would say that he's especially interested in. Well, he's heard all this adventure, maybe talking about where they went. Maybe he's into.
Okay, so the thing about reading and writing is you can only read and write one language per slot that you can already speak. So do you want to learn to read and write Common or Elvish? Or both?
Yeah, choose one, you say? Language? Or you say both?
Per slot. You have multiple slots left.
Yeah, I think I'll just use reading and writing and if I'm not choosing a proficiency in reading and writing common tongue, that would be quite silly, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
It would like be.
It all depends on how you want to play your character. You could have had a tutor at some point that was an elf or a half elf that learned or that chose to teach you how to write Elvish before any other language.
Yeah. I think I'll just go for reading and writing common tongue. And I suppose Alfgal was a human. Of course, there was no teacher in reading and writing, but yeah, how to use it anyway. So, reading and writing common tongue, brewing, and cooking. How many slots do I have left?
Let's see.
No.
Brewing is 1. Cooking is 1. Brewing, intelligence, cooking, intelligence. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 4 left.
Okay, so let's just say navigation. Is that something that it could be useful in your world?
Possibly if you were on a ship.
Yeah. So, but when it's spellcraft, I'm just going to click myself into this and read about this spellcraft.
Yeah, spellcraft is really important. It allows you to tell what spell someone is casting as they cast it. So in combat, if you see another spellcaster, you can ask me, "Hey, what are they doing?" And I'll be like, "They're casting a spell." And you'd be like, "Oh, can I tell what spell they're casting?" And I'll be like, "Hey, if you have spellcraft, go ahead and roll it."
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely learn spellcraft.
Okay, that's one slot. Intelligence -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 3 left.
Yeah. So let's say magic wizard.
You can also spend multiple slots on one proficiency in order to increase the chances of it working.
Yeah. Oh, well, then I can just use 2 for spellcraft, and I can take.
Okay, that'll turn it into intelligence -1. So spellcraft.
So what this means is that when I'm have 2 spellcraft and there's a check modifier, what does that mean actually in effect? Check modifier -2. What does that mean?
Okay, so see where it says spellcraft intelligence -2?
Yeah.
So the check is rolling a 20-sided die less than a certain number. Your intelligence is 16, and 16 -2 would be 14, so you have to roll 14 or lower on a d20 in order for your spellcraft check to work.
Okay, so if I have like 3 or 4 3 spellcrafts, like the -6, then I have to get below.
No.
Okay. So,
no. The first spellcraft slot gets you intelligence -2. The second slot gets you intelligence -1. The third spellcraft slot gets you just a flat intelligence roll.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
So from 14 or lower to 16 or lower.
So, yeah. Okay. So yes, trying to select the ones that make sense. My character, I can just random pick, but it's not interesting. So let's say that he is. What's the difference between languages, ancients, and reading, writing? Well, could be interesting to.
So, ancient languages is proficiency with how to speak ancient languages. So, for example, you could learn how to speak ancient Elvish. And you could speak with an elf who has been dead for 1,000 years and understand what he's saying. Then if you were to spend a reading and writing slot on ancient Elvish, because you can already speak it, then you could read and write it as well.
Okay, let's. So I can choose to have languages ancient. I can choose to. Is ancient Elvish a language?
In my world, yes, it is.
No. So, if I take languages ancient and then I take the reading and writing proficiency in ancient Elvish, I can try to form a backstory about how I met an elf and learned the basic Elvish, and from there I learned ancient Elvish.
Yes.
Some other way. Yeah.
Yes. And in fact, if it wasn't either a time-traveling elf or a dead elf, it would likely be an elf wizard.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's just take languages ancient and reading and writing proficiency in. I'm not taking any notes here, but I'm just thinking. So let's say
Do you want to take ancient common or ancient elvish?
ancient Elvish. Ancient Elvish. So see, we have filled in the non-weapon proficiencies. Okay. So if I take the languages ancient proficiency coupled with reading and writing ancient Elvish, and yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that would be all of your slots.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So,
rewrite it. Okay.
It's a modern common, modern Elvish, read, write common, brewing 1, cooking 1, spellcraft. Yeah. And I don't need to fill in ancient Elvish in the languages.
Yes. Ancient Elvish. There you go.
Okay, yeah.
And your proficiencies are done. I usually put the spoken languages near the bottom because you will hardly ever need to check that. Let's see. Spellcraft is by far your most useful proficiency, so I'll probably put that towards the top. Reading and writing, I'll probably never have you check either. So that leaves brewing and cooking. So let's see.
If you have a campfire, I can make some food. But I don't know how to make fire, but I can make food.
Modern Elvish. Ancient Elvish. So the only language that you can speak but not write is Modern Elvish. Is that how you want it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I see there's Elvish languages under our languages, but that's common Elvish.
Yeah. So in most of the racial handbooks in second edition, there is a sub-racial language for each sub-race. So mountain dwarves have their own language separate from hill dwarves and all that. And personally, I feel that's too many languages. So I combined all those languages into a common racial language. The Drow speak the same language as the Grey Elves and the aquatic elves. So, yeah.
Okay. I see there's a spell book box here. What's that for? Is it irrelevant or is it?
That's an older part of the character sheet that we no longer use. We now use the spell book or the spells tab.
Just going to note it for myself, not used. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have. So what's our next?
Okay, our next stop in the player's handbook is going to be the gear chapter. So chapter 6, money and equipment. And then starting money for wizards is going to be 1d4 plus 1 times 10. So if you could roll 1d4 plus 1 for me, and then we'll just add a 0 onto whatever you roll.
So if I select d4,
yeah, d4 plus 1.
Okay, so I can...
you can just roll d4 and we'll add 1.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Ooh, okay.
2.
So, yeah, that means you start with 20 gold. So that is going to be pretty difficult. That probably means that your parents didn't like you very much, and they gave you, you know, kind of a crappy a crappy allowance or whatever, or maybe like a distant relative of yours passed away and left you like a pittance of gold. You know, 20 gold's not much. A peasant makes 20 gold in like a month or so.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything at all that could be bought for 20 gold?
Yeah, you're gonna have to purchase all of your starting equipment with 20 gold.
Yeah. So let's say I need. Am I completely naked? Like, say, I have, or do I have some common stuff on me?
It depends on what you buy. So you could have pretty good clothes if you wanted.
Yeah. I just need. I'm not sure what type of clothes is available, but I'm just thinking about some robe or something. I'm not sure if it's any point of having a robe, but I'm thinking about a robe, and if it exists, well, I can take a robe and a sling if it still doesn't cost too much, and etc.
Alright, so equipment lists, clothing. Open like a new tab. Hey.
It also suits with the image because he has a robe around his neck.
Alright, so there's a link to the clothing part of the clothing list.
Just need to. Something has my.
And then
I think Discord has hung up on me. I'm not sure what's happening. Just go. Okay, so I'm just going to close it. It's running in the background. I'll just see how it. Okay, so it doesn't work. Okay, I'll just have to kill myself and. Okay, so. Okay, there's something. Okay, I'll just have to do some killing here. Kill.
Are you still there? Uh-oh. Jarl? Jarl, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
There am I. So I'm trying to click the link. Yes, there it is. Yes. Gown. West Tower tunic, silk jacket, robe. Well, that doesn't cost anything. So that's.
It does. It does.
Guess,
It does have a cost.
Boots and robe. I think I just have to go for this thing since I have so bad parents. Yeah, so boots and robe and cloak. Well, is that a head shield or something? Cloak?
Cloak is a hood and cape mixed together.
Okay.
It's a hood and cape.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it fits together with the robe, but
yeah, it does. Yeah. Yep. And
okay.
Sometimes they're held together with a brooch or a chain.
Yeah. So let's say that I'm just taking these 3 items. Then I take a belt, let's say. Maybe I take I'm not sure if it means anything. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't have any armory stats, the belt. but it's for the visual aspect, I suppose. The belt. But what's
In order to carry belt pouches, you'd need a belt.
okay? So I need to carry the book, and somewhere I need to hang the book. So
Yeah, probably in a backpack. So that's
yeah,
in
okay.
probably gear,
Yeah.
miscellaneous equipment. I think, yeah, miscellaneous
Okay,
equipment.
because he doesn't have to take up the book to cast spells. He just knows him. He knows the triggers, and he just
Yeah,
casts spells.
yeah. When you cast spells, you don't have to bring the book out. The
Yeah.
only time you bring the book out is to copy new spells into it or to memorize spells.
Backpack is like 2 gold pieces. So let's just say I take a belt, a backpack, and that's like 2 gold pieces plus a belt of 3 silver pieces.
Yeah, silver is 1/10 of a gold. You could think of it as decimals. So
Yeah.
if a gold is $1, three silver would be 30 cents.
Yeah.
And
okay.
then copper is 1 cent, of course.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions? Because as I see it, I can just put on like some gloves.
Okay. So you said you wanted a robe?
A robe, boots, and
Riding boots
cloak.
or soft boots?
Soft boots. I think comfort is important for a wizard.
Yeah.
So,
Cloak?
but they're free, of course. I suppose it's just one.
No, they're not.
simple
They're not
pair.
free. They're not free. If you read lower,
Okay, so okay. So I need to check. Okay, so the clothing part here, it says belt, 3 silver pieces, boots, and that's 2 dashes. That means
yeah. So down below boots, it says riding or soft.
yeah. Now I understand. So okay, so on the cloak, okay, then I understand. So cloak. It has 2 subcategories: good cloth or fine fur.
Right. So good cloth would
Yeah.
be like burlap, and then fine fur would be
Yeah.
like a pelt of some kind, like a wolf pelt or a tiger pelt or something. Beautiful.
Yeah. If I choose soft boots, will he be? Will he have problems walking in stones or whatever? Does it have any effect?
No. The only time I really bring that into account is if, like, a rogue chooses riding boots. Then I tell them, when they're trying to move silently, their riding boots kind of, make a hard noise underfoot, and it's making it really difficult to move silently. I'd probably make them take off their riding boots in order to move silently.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
soft boots are okay. Like you can just. And same thing with shoes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to. Okay, so let's say I'm just going to speak in the chat now, so I could just make it faster. So okay, so let's just say soft boots, and we can say
Cloak.
cloak,
belt.
good cloth, and then we can say a robe, common robe. I can't buy the expensive robe anyway, so
Yeah.
and so now I have, and then I can say the belt. So that means I'm beginning to 9 silver pieces, 8. That's
Backpack.
15, 3, 18, 1 gold and 18 silver pieces. And then we have the backpack of backpack of 2 gold pieces. Fishing. Iron pot. He can make food, but he can't make any fire. So I'm not sure if it's any point.
Well, flint and steel lets you make fire.
Okay. So it's not a proficiency. Okay. Oh well, then
there is a fire building proficiency, but that allows you to build a campfire in adverse conditions, like in the snow, or like during a thunderstorm, or with wet wood, or at sea, or things like that.
But if I have flint and steel, can I light the torch, or is the torch?
Torches that you buy. Torches that you buy are usually a wooden club, essentially, with a wrapping of greasy hay, and it lights readily. It's made of a flammable grease, so probably like bacon grease or something, and it lights right on fire, and
with some flint, or just you have to use something to make it burn. You have to, or does it just light up when you ask it to light up? I'm just asking.
You would have to have a flint and steel in order to light it.
Okay.
Unless you had fire building.
So he has a backpack. So let's say that the backpack, it can take 2 lbs. I'm not sure what that means, but I suppose it's not much. But anyway, if
backpack weighs 2 pounds itself.
Okay, it doesn't say how much I can carry. It just says how much it weighs. Okay.
Right. That's later on in the chapter that it talks about carrying capacities of things.
Yeah, let's say I just want 2 torches. 2 torches maybe, 2 copper pieces, or no, was it torch? 2 copper pieces.
Yeah, I think they weigh like a pound or something.
Yeah. So yes. What's important to have? And I think that's most important now. I know I can just pick and choose.
Right now, it's food, shelter, and clothing, and then water as well. So, you're gonna want like a blanket and maybe a tent, because it's December.
Yeah. So
it's very cold.
The tent is okay. I can take
small tents.
Yeah, I can take a small tent. Yes, for 1 person, 5 gold pieces. Tent. Small tent. Yes, and then I need to have some food.
Yeah.
And I just have to go to. And ale. Well, you like ale, but I love 2 ales, of course. He likes ale. Bread. Well, let's say he can carry. So how is the time frame? Like, say 1 session or 5 hours in game time. How long is that? Do they need to eat while?
Oh no! I only make people track eating and drinking once a day. So 5 hours at game time could be like a couple minutes to your character. So it just depends on what's going on. If you guys are in a dungeon.
Yeah.
5 hours could be, 10 rounds of combat, or it could be 15 rounds of exploration. It all depends on what's going on.
I think that natural thing to have is like something to drink, something to eat, something to have on the bread. So like 2 ales. Does he get drunk by drinking ale, or? I'm not sure. I'm just asking.
Well, usually you don't bring ale into the wild with you. It'd be you'd have a wineskin, in the wild that you'd put water in it,
Yeah.
and then that's pretty much all you need to survive in the wild, unless you're in the desert. Then you might need 2 or 3 wineskins.
Okay, so let's say we can skip the ale for now. We can just take it in an inn, and then we can find some
Wineskin.
wineskin. Yes, I'm just going to find it. I suppose that's under miscellaneous.
Yeah, miscellaneous equipment.
8 silver pieces wineskin. Yes.
Yeah, weighs a pound.
Yeah, and the water clock. Okay, anyway, and I don't have going to buy it anyway. 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a tent. I have a wineskin. Does I have to automatically get water in the wineskin, or do I have to?
If you're in a temperate climate, you automatically get water in the wineskin every day. In a temperate climate, unless it's a temperate desert, and I'll let you know when you move into a desert.
No.
And in the desert, you're probably gonna need like 3 or 4 wineskins.
Yeah.
So
I think that.
and you're gonna need a way to hold your money too, like a belt pouch, and maybe a pouch for tools like your quill and your ink for writing in your book, and your flint and steel. That's a tool.
So I need multiple pouches, or can I maybe take a large pouch for 1 gold piece?
Yeah, a large pouch will hold 8 pounds. So gold pieces weigh a pound for 50 coins.
Oh, okay. So let's say I take a large belt pouch. I need the ink, and I need paper. Ink. Writing ink. And paper. Is it paper? Paper, yeah. Paper per sheet, gold pieces. Oh, that's quite expensive. That's not something you have multiples of. Okay. But he's going to write in maybe not good lighting conditions. Maybe you need a lamp to write, and also you need an ink, you need paper, you need a lamp. So lamp, paper. I think just having a paper is good enough, and writing ink. But you need something to write with. So I'm not sure if there's a pen there.
Yeah, quills are free. You just pluck them off of a dead bird, and boom, you got a quill. You can also use a stick out of the fire or something.
Yeah.
Or a twig.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure how much money I've given up, but I'm not sure if I've reached the 20 gold yet. But at least I'll fill it out in the chat. So it's soft boots, cloak, roll belt, backpack, flint and steel. 2 torches, tent, small tent. Just going to delete the stuff. Okay, do I need to use up all my money, or do I...
Use what?
Do I need to use up all the initial fundings?
No. Wizards, fortunately, are usually one of the richer classes to begin with. But because they don't need to buy very much. But unfortunately, you started with very little starting funds. So,
but if you look at the chat, I'm in Discord. I've just listed the things that I've thought about until now. So if there's something that you feel I should have beside this. Going along in the wild with 2 bread, 2 cheese, and 2 torches. Well, if I'm going to have it, if you don't have a chest, like a party chest, I just have to have it in backpack all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't feel I need any more. If you don't have any things to suggest,
I don't think so either. Quills are free. Yeah.
yeah. And do you have some sessions or opportunities to buy from sellers or?
Yeah. Anytime you go into a town, I usually provide opportunities to essentially buy anything out of the player's handbook, other than some of the livestock. Like only certain places are gonna have trained war horses. Only certain places are gonna have elephants. Only certain places are gonna have tigers. Only certain places are gonna have falcons. Things like that.
Yeah. Okay, so the top item in the gear, it says coin, gem carried, and belt, pouch, or backpack. Is that an item in? Is that a gear or the top?
Okay, so that means the amount of money that you are carrying is it's 50 coins or gems per pound. So once you're done spending the money that you're going to spend, you would put over to the right where it says there's a field for platinum pieces, a field for gold pieces, there's a field for electrum, silver, copper. You would put the amount that's left over in your belt pouch in those spots, and then add up all the coins and all the gems you have, and then divide by 50 and round down. And that's how many pounds of coins and gems you have.
Okay, so I see that you have filled in some weights here. For the tent, it's weight 10, and backpack is 2, and wineskin is 1. I see that the zeros for the other stuff, common robe, is no weight because it's on me, I suppose.
The clothing has no weight, and then you have no ammunition yet.
And torches are just sticks in the backpack, so it doesn't weigh any particular. Okay, so what you're saying now, I have to figure out what these things cost, and I have to fill in the how much copper I have, and silver and gold. Okay, so is there an easy way to do this, or is it just a difficult way to do this?
That's the easiest way there is.
Yeah. Okay, so I can just use the follow the link, and we can begin with let's just say armor, common robe. Okay, let's begin with soft boots. How much for that? Go back to soft boots, 1 gold piece. So I had 20. Now I have 19. So do I track it in under wealth?
In what?
Well, I need to calculate what things cost and figure out how much money I have left. Right now, I'm just beginning with the soft boots. They are 1 gold piece, and I should I just make an Excel sheet or something? What you suggest?
No, I would just add up decimals. So one GP would be a full number. Every silver piece would be the tenth digit, and then copper pieces would be the hundredths.
No, I think I have a little bit of OCD, so I'm just going to find some way to make a note or something.
Okay.
1 gold piece for the soft boots. 1 GP. So good cloth is 8 silver pieces, so that's 1.8. 1.8. I don't have multiple screens right now, so it's back and forth. Common row. So yeah, you see, that's understandable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tabbing back and forth. Common robe is 9 silver pieces. So now I'm on, 9 is 215. That's 2.5. Yes. Belt is 3 silver pieces, 2.8. Backpack is miscellaneous items. 2 gold pieces. So that is 4.8. Flint and steel is 5 silver pieces. Then we're up to 5.3. 2 torches. 2 torches is 2 silver pieces. That's 5.5. Small tent is 5 gold pieces. No, 10 gold pieces, 0.5. 2 bread. This is extremely slow. Just have to stay sorry for it. Anyway, bread 5 silver pieces. That's adding 1, and then we are at 11 gold pieces. 2 cheese for 8.8. White skin. White skin 8 silver pieces. So that's 16. That's 12.6. Large belt pouch. Large belt pouch is under miscellaneous. Pouch. Pouch, where is pouch? There's it. So I have a large 1 gold piece. So now I'm on 13.6. Lamp is lamp 6 copper pieces. Okay, so now there's a copper pieces. So it's silver pieces and copper pieces. So then that will mean if I have 13.6 now, that will be 13.66. I suppose that copper pieces is the 10th of silver pieces. So paper 2 pieces, 15, and writing ink 8 gold pieces. Okay, I don't have enough for ink. So the writing ink is 8 gold pieces, and I'm a total of above 20. I'm at 23.66. Okay. Okay, so I need to find something to remove. Breads and the cheese can be removed. No, doesn't make any sense. Do he need the paper and writing ink now? Is it very important? I can't use the proficiency.
Oh, for reading and writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to have a writing utensil in order to write.
Yeah. Okay, so I just need to find out what to remove. I am total load 23.66, so I have to find 3 gold to remove, which is pretty stupid. So this is including the writing ink. So I have bought too much, obviously. So I'm just going to figure out what is costing. What I can remove. The small tent, is that for camping out of the sessions? So if I don't have a tent, I will...
Also during sessions.
Okay. So,
Sometimes sometimes this group goes walking over land.
Flint and steel. That's silo pieces. It does. Okay, so okay. Let's see. I can. Can I suppose that others have flint and steel? I can suppose.
Yes.
That others know how.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can remove that. So let's say that I'm at 23.66. Let's take away the flint and steel, which takes me down to basically 23.16. Yeah. So and then I can the lamp. I can assume that I can only. Oh, it's only copper pieces. It's not worth removing. Just need to check the things that I can remove, which are expensive. If I'm without any wineskin, then I get thirsty and I can't drink.
Yeah, if you don't have a wineskin, you'd probably start dying of thirst.
Yeah. So I know what you meant about the 20 gold pieces being a little
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to figure out. Okay. Yeah, because the reading and writing, it. Do I earn money during the sessions, or do I find money? Or
you'll find money as treasure.
Yeah.
So
I'm just wondering if I should just say that this stupid wizard forgot his writing stuff at home. And he when he heard about his when they heard about the party taking down the avatar, he was in a hurry.
Yeah.
So let's just say that. So if I do that, if I don't remove anything, and I don't take the writing ink, so he has the paper, he has the lamp, but he also has the writing ink. He forgot it. Then I'm at 15.66.
Nice. And you still have a little bit of gold left over.
Yeah. So just have to make it fit, make a story. So all fine. Just make sure I can sleep tonight. So we just need to try to wrap up soon.
Yeah. And you didn't buy food, right?
I bought 2 bread, 2 cheese.
Very nice. Okay. So when you arrive at the beginning of the session, all that stuff you just bought is what you have left after your journey through the Great Below to get to the rest of the party.
Okay, so I could have had more when I started the travel.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. Wineskin, backpack, small tent. We haven't filled in the. No, that's gear. Where do I fill in the bread or the cheese? Where do I fill that in?
Yeah, under gear. That's where you put that.
Yeah. So I take bread times 2. Then I take.
That's usually per pound as well. Those things.
Okay. Now I have to find out what's bread is food.
You really only need to eat like 1 pound of food a day to stay healthy. As long as you're getting plenty of water.
I don't know how much weight the bread is.
Like a pound.
Pound, so 1 pound. So if it's 2 bread,
2 pounds
then
of
it's
bread.
2 pounds.
Yeah.
And then 2 cheese is
2 pounds of cheese.
half a pound.
So that could be like 4 days worth of food if you had enough water.
Yeah. Yeah. So does the cheese weigh anything? 1 pound or? Or
I think it's just sold by the pound in the manual, isn't it?
yeah. So let's say it's 2 pounds. Okay, and I have it in the backpack. We have the. Just going to quickly just put this into the. And I have the writing. No, I don't have the writing ink. I have the paper. I suppose the paper is no weight, dead weight, or.
Yeah, it's essentially no weight until you have like 100 sheets of paper. Did you buy 1 GP sheets of paper?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I could drop it, but I just need to say. I was actually going to bring writing stuff, writing ink and writing paper, and I was actually going to do it. I could have dropped it, and I'm gonna say that okay, it doesn't have anything that he could use for writing, but
Yes.
I was just thinking that the ink was either lost or he forgot it.
Yeah.
So that's my backstory for it.
Yeah.
So
and luckily you brought your copy spell. So
yeah, exactly. So and I don't have filled in the large belt pouch yet. Is that also a gear? So a large belt pouch. How does that weigh? No. You have the belt pouch is on the top. Okay, so that's not an additional gear. I'm just not sure about the top item. It says belt pouch or back. Oh, okay. Belt pouch. How much does a the belt pouch weigh? Or just to have a capacity, or because it doesn't weigh anything in particular, maybe because it just weighs the things that are put inside.
Yeah.
Possibly. Okay. Wineskin filled in. Churches. I heard the laughter. Small tent is filled in. 2 torches. Flint and steel is not filled in. I suppose flint and steel doesn't weigh anything because it's just flint and steel. Backpack. I have filled in backpack, and the common robe is filled in. Cloak is in, and soft boots is filled in. Okay, so now I'll fill in. I'm not sure how you can remove the last row, but anyway. So I have a total of 15.66 left. Where am I going to fill that in? Where I'm going to fill in the last 4.34. I have 4 gold pieces and 34 silver pieces. whatever left. Where did I fill in the reminder of the fundings?
Where it says wealth right next to gear, you'll see that I put 4 GP, 3 silver, and 4 copper.
It says EP. Okay, I can say gold pieces. EP. What's EP? That's
Electrum. Electrum.
Yeah.
Electrum is half as valuable as gold. But you don't have any EP. You have 0 EP.
Okay, so what you suggest I put in the backpack? Now the belt pouch. Was it a general use for the belt pouch? The stuff for the sling, maybe. No. Anyway, okay. Let's just continue and go along. Are we finished with the gear now?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, and
yes.
That pretty much finishes your character.
Yeah, so I'm having a total weight. Yeah, okay. Super. I have a total of 18 weight, so I suppose that's okay. I'm not slowed down or anything.
That steel goes in your pouch probably. A lamp? Let's see, you're probably gonna want... Was lamp on the player's handbook? Probably gonna want some oil for your lamp.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So oil for the lamp.
Let's see, torch is 2 pounds. Or torches. Wait, how much are torches?
I can't afford oil actually because it's 10 gold pieces. So it's pretty useless to buy the lamp. So that's unfortunate.
What kind of oil?
10 gold pieces for oil.
What kind of oil?
It says oil per flask and dash, and under there it says Greek fire, and below that it says lamp. So I suppose there's one type of oil.
You want lamp oil? How much is lamp oil?
Oil? Greek fire is 10 gold pieces.
No. Have you ever seen Game of Thrones? Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Well, I've seen some Game of Thrones, but not everything.
Okay. Do you remember the green stuff that they use to set water on fire?
Yeah, I think I
blow up
remember
buildings?
that.
Okay, basically Greek fire is what you use in a flamethrower. It's
Okay,
it's
so
weaponized oil.
So okay, now I see. So it's the lamp oil. Okay, so it's oil, and under there is Greek fire and lamp, and that means lamp oil. So I haven't actually thought about buying a lamp. I've just bought lamp oil. But where can I find an actual lamp? Is that
A lantern.
something extra? Lantern. Okay, exactly. So a lantern. Lantern is very expensive. So yes, absolutely. So it's 7 gold pieces for the hooded lantern. So I can't really afford it. So I have oil, but I don't have a lantern. But I don't see any problems with having, like, say, like I said, he was in a hurry. Maybe he lost some things. Maybe he didn't have time to take with him all he needed. So he maybe have lamp oil, but he doesn't have a lantern, and he have to save up to buy one. That's only reasonable, logical. So if you don't demand that I have a lantern, I don't see any reason to.
No, I don't demand, because the things that you have left are what survives the trip.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Should we just say and log off and get some sleep?
Sure.
I can get some sleep. You can do what you want.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So,
Your character's
yeah.
pretty much
Okay. I'll take some reading on the spells and try to familiarize the details about them. So,
And
I know. Okay.
if you want to, you can start early as next week. You can just start early.
Okay. I will say it's all up to you. What was the original plan? Was it to like say introduce me into the backstory that you thought about making it after the 4th of July, or is it just was it a special reason for suggesting after the 1st of July, or?
No.
Okay.
I think the party is. If I wait too long, they might leave the dungeon. So I'd rather have you introduce, now rather than later.
Yep. Okay, then don't just say that. Okay, I'll just prepare and I'll do some reading. I have some PDFs that you have linked to, so I can read the player's handbook and wizard's handbook and yeah, whatever. Okay, but I'll need to get some sleep now because I'm actually pretty tired. That counting all the gold pieces that really killed me now. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calculating experience used to do that to me as a DM.
Okay, bye. I'll just say bye now. Also,
right, have a good night.
Bye.
And for those watching, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to help us out, we have links to our Patreon and PayPal. PayPal is for one-time small donations. Patreon is for